Hello everyone, this is the second online tutorial video for class 8. The subject is history and the topic is the first chapter, what we were doing in the previous video, how, when and where. We will be continuing with this chapter. We will be doing the second part of the chapter. In the previous video, we have seen how time is important in history studying. Now we are looking into the sources from where we know the informations which happened in the past. Now, what sources does a historian use in reconstructing history? One important source is the official documents. The British believed that the act of writing was very important. Every instruction, every plan, every policy should be written down and preserved. Once this was done, things could be properly studied and debated. This conviction produced an administrative culture of memos, notings and reports. The British also felt that all the important documents and letters needed to be carefully preserved. So they set up record rooms to attach all the administrative institutions. The village Tehsildar's office, the collector's commissioner's office, the provincial secretariats, the law courts, all had their own separate record rooms. Specialized institutions like the archives and museums, they were also established to preserve important things of history. In the early years of 19th century, these documents were carefully copied and beautifully written by calligraphists. Calligraphists are people who are expert in the art of beautiful writing. By the middle of the 19th century, with the invention and spread of printing technology, prints were done of documents and reports, and then they were carefully preserved by the British government in the archives. The practice of surveying also became a very important part of administration in the British rule. The British believed that in order to administer a new country, in order to rule a new country, that country had to be known properly. So, by the early 19th century, detailed surveys were being carried out to map the entire country, to make a map of entire country. The effort was to know the topography, the soil quality, the flora, the fauna, the local histories, the cropping pattern, the agriculture, everything. From the end of the 19th century, census operations were held every 10 years. Census was the practice of counting people in order to know the population of a particular place. From this vast body of information, we get to know a lot, but we must remember that these are official documents. They tell us what the officials thought, what they were interested in, and what they wished to preserve for prosperity. These records do not always help to understand what other people in the country felt and what lay behind their actions. For that, we need to look elsewhere. When we begin to search for these, we find there have been plenty of non-official documents which record daily lives of people. They include diaries, they include account of pilgrims, they include autobiographies of important personalities, popular booklets that were sold in local bazaars, etc. As printing spread, newspapers were published and issues were debated in public. Leaders and reformers wrote to spread their ideas. Poets and novelists wrote to express their feelings. All these sources, however, were produced by the ones that were literate, the ones that knows how to read and write. From these, we will not be able to understand how history was experienced and lived by the tribals or the farmers, villagers, the workers in the mines or the poor on the streets. Getting to know their lives is a more difficult task, but not impossible. So, as it turns out, we have completed the first chapter of your syllabus. In the next video, we will discuss about the second chapter in your syllabus. Till then, bye.